This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the session of DevOps. Can you see my screen, everyone? Online, online
Yeah,
based.
we
Yes,
Can
can.
you
we can see
confirm?
the screen.
Yes. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So let us start. It's already 8:04, right? So let's get started. Fine. So before going to the session, so let me introduce myself first. My name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT. Last 8.5 years, I'm working on DevOps practices as well as cloud technologies, right? So I am working on multiple projects governed by the DevOps technologies. So I'm working as a DevOps architect, right? So with the one of the MNC company, fine. Yeah, so that is my background, fine. Let's get started. So today's agenda here is what is DevOps, who can learn DevOps, and what are the job opportunities, what are the different things we can achieve in the DevOps, what is the role and responsibilities of DevOps here in real-time projects. Fine. So basically, what is DevOps? First, we'll try to understand what is DevOps. Anyone, what is DevOps?
It's a development plus operations, both we need to handle.
Right. It's a development and operations. Okay. So any other?
Collaborating, we are
Yeah.
collaborating with the both developers and operations team. I
Right.
mean, both development QA and as well as uh, infrastructure team.
Right. Yeah. So basically, what is DevOps, right? So we'll try to understand. Yeah. So can you ask me this question? Can you mute everyone? Can you mute everyone? Some background noise is coming here. Yes. Yeah. So if anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? What would be your answer, right? So basically, DevOps is not a tool. It is not a tool. It is not a. It is not a. Yeah, specific process, right? It is a collaboration. It is a. Yeah. Let us go with the definition here. Okay. So here, so DevOps is a set of practices, not a tool, not a specific product, right? It is a set of practices that combines software development and IT operations, right? Yeah. So basically, currently we are using Agile methodology, right? So when I talk about Agile or different terminology, don't confuse anyone, right? So we are going through very basic level, right? So this is interactive session. If you have any basic question, you can ask, right? Yeah. So currently we are using Agile methodology. Agile is a parallel development, right? So before Agile, we used to use waterfall methodology. What is waterfall? That is a sequential development, right? Yeah. Can you mute everyone? So please mute. So recording will be disturbed, right? So I'll share with you recording session. So everyone can mute. Fine. Yeah. So currently we are working on Agile methodology, which is parallel development. For example, one application development, one application is there. So that application will be divided into bits and pieces, right? So that bits and pieces is nothing but sprints. Sprint is nothing but some piece of the application development. So as a developer here, we don't do any application development. So developers will do the application development, right? So as a DevOps engineer, what we will do, we coordinate with different teams, developers, testers, build and release engineers, right? Yeah. In Agile methodology, the development will be happened parallelly, right? So one application will be divided into different pieces, right? So that pieces will be developed parallelly, right? So that That pieces, once complete the development, we can merge that pieces as a single application, right? Yeah, fine. So DevOps is a set of practices that combine software development and IT operations, right? Next one. So where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. So multiple tools in DevOps, you have multiple tools are there. So all the tools are individual tools, right? So one tool will not communicate other tool. So we have a CI/CD tool in DevOps, which is Jenkins. That will integrate all the tools, will communicate all the tools in Agile methodology, right? Yeah. So where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. What is automation? Anyone, what is automation?
It's a programming, scripting or programming to make it automated run when we are not available.
So currently, whatever manual activities you are performing in real projects, like deployments, code movement, code merging, code pulling, code pushing. So these activities we can do in automated way. So by single click, we can deploy a number of applications by using automation tools, right? So currently, whatever activities you are doing, those we can do in automated way, right? So automation is number one choice. Every company, every project team, even though non-IT companies also, like pharma companies, medical industry, chemical industry, they're using automation tools to automate the activities, right? Yeah. So I give small example. In our project, 4 years back, our team size is 180 members, right? So different people work on different activities, like Windows admins, Linux admins, Citrix admins, and development team, testing team, and also backup team, different teams. So currently we are 30 members only. 4 years back, 180 members, currently 30 members. Why that much of drastic change? Because of automation. We can automate the activities. So we have automation tools currently, which are like Jenkins, Git, Maven, Kubernetes, right? So whenever you book any product in Flipkart, for example, Flipkart, we are booking some products, right? Whenever we need it. So we are booking groceries in different, applications we have, right? Zepto, Danju, right? So whenever we book any product, within 10 minutes also they are delivering the products. Why they are delivering? How they are delivering? Backend, there is a Kubernetes. Backend, there is a containers, Docker containers, right? So those are very fast, very advanced, right? Currently, online shopping is very popular, right? So in lockdown time, everyone used online only because of backend Kubernetes, Docker, right? So Kubernetes is very hot currently. Kubernetes, Docker, these tools are very core tools, advanced tools. So if you are good in one tool, Kubernetes, you can easily crack it. Okay, fine. So by using automation tools, we can automate the manual activities. Okay, yeah. Now, so it's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, continuous monitoring. So what is deployment? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We'll see in further slides. Okay. So let us go with a little bit history of DevOps. DevOps arena started nearly in 2008. It is not new process. It is very old process. It was started in 2008. So by the time we used to use very old tools which are like Puppet. Puppet is the tool which was introduced in 2005. By using Puppet, we used to do the automation. So Puppet is not fully automated tool. It is a 50% of the automation, 50% manual. So currently we are using advanced tools like Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Those are very advanced tools, 100% automation. You don't need to do any manual efforts, right? Yeah. So currently automation is the number one choice. If you go with any industry, so not only IT industry, pharma industry, chemical industry, medicine. So wherever we go, automation is the number one choice. So one of my friend is working with pharma company, Reddy Labs. They're using Jenkins. They're using Kubernetes to automate the activities, right? Yeah. Next one. So we have two sections here. One is developer point of view. Second one is operations. What is developer? The person who is developing the code who is building the application, who is deploying the code, is developer, right? So what is operations? Operations are nothing but it's a collection of all the servers, devices which are hosted in the data center. What is data center? Anyone? What is data center?
So for those application which we have deployed, so each and every point of data is stored in that particular place. Suppose we can call it as a cloud storage or a hot storage which the company owns by its own. Otherwise, they can use the Azure or this Amazon Cloud Services too. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, fine. So what is data center? You are saying something like where we host all the applications and all, right?
Yeah, so data center, it means so uh, which can store the large amount of data. So, for example, some companies have their own storages, so which
Fine, fine.
may not be
Yeah,
known.
simply,
So otherwise, they'll
we
use
can
this
say,
cloud storages like
fine,
Azure and
fine. Fine, fine. Yeah. So data center is nothing but simply we can say where we host our infrastructure. It's a server room. Simply you can say server room where we host all the servers, switches, network, storages, load balancers, right? It's a server room, right? So currently we are not using physical data centers. We are taking cloud servers. So cloud is handling data centers. AWS is handling AWS data centers, right? So, and Azure is handling Azure data centers, like that. So we are taking the servers from cloud currently, right? So whatever applications we are hosting, those we are directly hosting on cloud servers, right? Yeah, fine. Yeah, so we are talking about servers, right? So let us take small example here. Let us take small Java project. Let us take small Java project. So if you want to set up any project, very first thing we require servers, right? So who will set up the servers?
Admins,
Will
admins in the company.
right. So admins will take care of the server configuration. Developers will not have any knowledge about server configuration, right? Yeah, admins will prepare the server configuration. Once they configure the servers, they will hand over the servers to developers to start the development, right? So when we talk about servers, different server groups will be there. Different server groups. Those are like development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod, production servers. So why we require this many groups here?
In different
Anyone?
environments, we will be doing the dev environment and the UAT environment, both are different. So
Okay.
dev, like in each phase, we will do the testing. So without the testing, we cannot host the product directly to the production server. So that's the reason we have those many servers and the setups.
Fine, fine. Yeah. Fine. So developers, they develop the coding, development servers. Once development is completed, they don't directly deploy onto production. Before that, testing phase will be happened. The code will be tested, right? So every project team, they will maintain some code standards, right? So for example, one application development is going on, right? So if any issues are there, if any errors are there, first they deploy on test environment. Once they test it, once it is running properly, then only they move to production environment, right? So they don't directly move to production environment. So before that, they need to test in test phases. So that is why we required different server groups, right? So application development will be happening in servers only. We don't develop in local systems, right? So because so servers will be having high computing power, fine? Yeah. So once deploy the code on production servers, then yeah, so developers they maintain the production applications, right? Yeah. Now, fine. So we are talking about deployments, right? So for example, 3 developers are working on same requirement, same development activity. So once the development is completed, testing is completed, what they will do? they will merge the code to integrated servers. So for example, one application development is going on, 3 different developers are working on same development activity. So they are working on their local workspace. Once development is completed, the code will be merged to integrated servers. Means development servers, UAT servers, pre-prod servers, production servers, right? So once the code is merged to integrated servers, here we see the actual issues of the code. For example, so I am working on my local workspace. You are working on your local workspace. So we both are working for same application. We deploy that application in servers. Once we merge that code, we'll see the actual issues, right? So here testing will be happening. In between, testing will be happening. Testers will work on the testing. So once testing is completed, they will check on pre-prod servers. Finally, they deploy onto production. Yeah. So we are talking about deployments, right? So code deployments. So here developers will develop the code, testers will test the code, and admins will prepare the servers who will merge the code from one environment to other environment. So here DevOps engineers will merge the code from one environment to other environment. So this is one of the DevOps engineer role, code merging, DevOps engineer role. So DevOps engineer will not do any development. DevOps engineer will not do any testing. DevOps engineer will not do any infrastructure activities. So he will perform code merging, code pulling, right? He will work on automation activities. He work on tickets, ServiceNow tickets, right? Jira tickets. So DevOps engineer role is a different role. He's not developer. He's not tester, right? Yeah. Next one. So we are talking about code deployment, right? So by using DevOps tools, how can we perform this? How can we perform the code deployment?
Like whenever the developer finish their work, they'll put in the GitHub. In the local, they'll have a Git repositories, local repositories. From local repository, they'll move into the GitHub, so which is the remote repository, all the code. From the GitHub repository, using Jenkins, we can make it as a exe file or .war file or something like that. After the var file, so then using the CI/CD things, we can deploy to the servers.
Yes, right. So in DevOps process, so we are talking about code deployment, right? So when we talk about code deployment, so we required DevOps tools, right? So this is Git local Git, GitHub, Jenkins, different tools are there. So developers will work on local Git, right? So once development is completed, testing is completed, they will push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. In Agile methodology, we use this DevOps process, right? Yeah. So basically, what is Git? What is Git? Git is a repository tool or version control tool. What is a repository? Where we store our data, where we store our application, where we store our source code is nothing but repository, right? So what is version control system?
Like we'll have the branches in the Git. So every version, like we'll have one, like this, there are any changes to that code, so the second version will be created. So or 1.2 will be created. So like that, the branches will be there in the GitHub. So like we are maintaining those branches. If suppose any code is wrong in the second branch, so instead of taking the second branch, they can roll over to the branch one. So for that, they use GitHub.
Okay, yeah, fine. So what is version control system? So version control system will help you to track the changes, right? For example, we are 10 developers are working on same requirement, right? Who is doing what? How can we understand? Version control system will help you to track the who doing what, who is doing what, right? So based on the comments, Git will allow you to add some comments like who did changes, when did changes, what purpose did it changes. So based on these comments, Git will track the version. Who did changes? For example, Ram did changes. When did changes? By 7 a.m. did some changes. So what purpose did it changes? Due to some production issue, did some changes. So based on these comments, Git will track the version. For example, so one Java developer developing the code, right? So in Java, hundreds of lines code will be there. One developer developed the code today. After 1 month, he come back and check that. He may not understand who developed this code. To avoid that confusion, Git will help you to track the changes. It will help you to track the changes. Who did what, right? Yeah. So Git is a local repository. GitHub is a remote repository. So once development is completed in local repository, they will push the code to remote repository. So from here, our next tool is Jenkins. What is Jenkins? Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. It is a configuration management tool, right? So yeah, whenever developers push the code to remote repository, so in Jenkins, what we will do, we create jobs. So when we trigger the job, so whatever code is available on the GitHub, that code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? So we don't pull manually, we don't push manually. So we create jobs, we trigger the jobs, right? Yeah. So Jenkins is a mediator tool. In DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins. So for example, if I want to communicate GitHub, I need to install GitHub plugin in Jenkins. If I want to deploy the code on application server, I have to integrate application server in. I have to install application server plugin in Jenkins. Then only Jenkins will start communicating, right? So Jenkins is a mediator. It will communicate all the tools, will integrate all the tools, right? Yeah, fine. So once the code is pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, so whatever code we pull, which is a raw code means unstructured code, unformatted code. That raw code will not understand by application servers. So that is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. Maven is a build tool which will generate artifacts. So whatever raw code we pull from GitHub to Jenkins, that raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven. So Maven is a build tool which will convert that raw code into artifact. For example, so Java application development is going on. So Maven will convert jar file, Java archive file. Jar means Java archive. So if the application is web application, so Maven will generate WAR file, web archive file. If the application is enterprise application, Maven will generate ER file, enterprise archive file. So based on the application, Maven will generate artifacts. Artifact is nothing but archive file, single file, zip file. For example, so in your laptop, you have 100 documents, 100 PDF documents. So I asked you to send those documents to me. What is the simplest way to send those documents to me? How can you send? Yeah.
Compressed zip file.
Right. So instead of attaching 100 documents, you can compress, you can zip as a single file, and you can attach to email, you can send it across. So the same way, same functionality will work in Maven also. So Maven will receive raw code, different files that will convert into one WAR file, jar file, ER file. Right. So once it is converted into WAR file, that will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that WAR file to application server to deploy the code on applications. This is basic build and release process in real-time projects. Every project they are following this process. Build and release process.
So do you mind explaining Git? What is the difference between Jenkins and Git, please?
Git is a repository tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. Okay. Git is a repository tool where developers are developing the code. Right. So in Git, developers develop the code. Jenkins is CI/CD tool. Jenkins will pull the code, will deploy onto production servers. Fine. Yeah. So this is build and release process, right? So Jenkins will take the code from GitHub and will convert it into one WAR file by using Maven. That WAR file will be pushed to application servers. In application server, code will be deployed. Fine. Yeah. So this is the CI/CD process. Next one. So we have, yeah. So this is a end-to-end process. Maven will convert into WAR file. That WAR file will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push to application servers. So the WAR file will be deployed onto application servers, right? Fine. So currently we are using automation, right? By using automation tools like Ansible, Chef, and Puppet, right? So currently we are not using Puppet. Puppet is completely outdated. So Chef is using very few project teams to automate the activities. So most of the project teams are using Ansible only. So what is Ansible? Why we require Ansible? How can we automate activities using Ansible? So we'll try to understand, right? So before discussing about Ansible, I'll give you a small requirement. Like, for example, we have 1,000 servers are there. So I want to install Java on 1,000 servers. So how can we install Java on 1,000 servers? What is the process? So these servers are manual servers, not in automation. We are not using any scripts. We are not using any tools for this. So manual servers, how can we deploy Java on 1,000 servers? Right? Yeah. So let us try to understand first, then we'll go with Ansible. Right? Yeah. Let us take single server, one server. Install Java on a server. How can we install? So what is the process? How can we follow the process? Anyone? First we connect server, right? We connect server, right? By using RDP. What is RDP? Remote desktop. If you want to connect server, we use remote desktop, right? RDP. Or else PuTTY. The server is Linux server. We use PuTTY, right? Windows server.
Terraform also can be used, right? Terraform.
That is advanced one, we'll discuss. Okay, that is advanced tool, right? Yeah. So to connect server, we use RDP, remote desktop, for Windows server. Linux server we connect through PuTTY, right? So once we connect the server, after that, yeah, we give username, password, right? To login server. Login server, we use username, password. After that, once login into the server, check
Pull all the
Java,
packages. Pull all the Java
Java.
packages to the server. And then install.
Java installed or not, we have to check, right? So if the Java is installed, no need to worry. If the Java is not installed, we have to install. If you want to install Java, we require Java package, right? So we need to get the Java software. In real-time projects, we don't use any pen drives. We don't use any CDs. So USB ports will be disabled. Official laptops, USB ports will not be allowed, right? Yeah, so that is what we will do. Even though we cannot download from internet, the website will be blocked. So that is what we will do. Copy Java software from share folders. Can you mute everyone? Can you mute everyone? So some background noise is coming here. Copy Java software from share folders. Share folder is nothing but central repository. In real-time projects, every project team, they use some central repository. We can store all the data in central repository. From share folder, we can copy the software into target server, right? So once you copy the Java software into target server, after that, we can install Java. Once install the Java, we have to set environment variables, right? So without setting environment variable, Java will not work, right? So we have to set some path. Finally, we reboot server. So these are the steps we have to follow whenever you want to deploy the Java, right, on single server. So for example, this process. So if the person who is having 2 to 3 years experience gain, how much time you will take to perform the steps? 2 to 3 years experience gain. How much time will take? He may take 30 minutes, right? If the person is expert, how much time will take? He will
10
take
to
15
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes, right? Let us say 10 minutes, 10 minutes only. 10 into 1000 servers are there. So this will take 10,000 minutes to perform the Java deployment on 1000 servers. So in real-time projects, whenever we get any request, ticket, every ticket will have some SLA. What is SLA? Anyone? SLA?
Time when we need to finish that job.
Is that service level agreement?
Service level agreement, right?
Yeah.
So SLA means every ticket, every request will have SLA. It says service level agreement, right? So it is a timeline. Within that timeline, we have to close the request. So when we talk about tickets, so tickets are categories are there, different categories, right? So P1 tickets, P2 tickets, P3, P4. P1 priority 1 ticket will have 1 hour time only. Priority 2 will have 4 hours. Priority 3, 24 hours. Priority 4, 48 hours. Like that, every ticket will have some SLA, service level agreement. So within the time frame, we have to close the ticket. Otherwise, what will happen? Ticket will be
It will breach
ticket
the
will be
condition.
reached to next level, related, right? So that is why within the time frame you have to close the tickets. So if you are doing this manual way, so it will take 10,000 minutes for one activity. So if any request received, if any ticket received, that will be escalated to next level. Within the time frame, you cannot close, right? So that is why to avoid this, we are using automation tools. By using automation tools, within 2 minutes, you can deploy the Java on 1000 minutes, not only 1000 minutes, 10,000, yeah, not only 1000 servers, even 10,000 servers also you can deploy the Java within 2 minutes, right? Yeah, so the same, yeah, same requirement using automation tool Ansible. How can we achieve? We'll try to understand. Okay, yeah. So this is my Ansible server. Fine. So here I have 1000 servers on. So I have development servers 300, QA servers 300, prod servers, production servers 400. So on this 1000 servers, I want to deploy the Java using Ansible. How can we deploy Java, right? Yeah, so first we have to configure Ansible server. After that, so we have to authenticate from Ansible server to development servers, QA servers, UAT servers, right? Production servers. So if you want to authenticate, so we use authentication method is SSH authentication, secure shell authentication in Ansible, right? So when we talk about authentication, we have two types of authentications are there. First one, key-based authentication. Second one is user-based authentication. So in real-time projects, we use always key-based authentication only. In our test lab also, we use key-based authentication only. So what is key-based authentication? So in Ansible, we generate one public key. So the command here is keygen. Keygen is the command to generate public key. That key we can paste into all the servers so that authentication will be established. Once authentication is established, we have to prepare inventory groups. What is inventory? Anyone? What is inventory? Inventory is nothing but server information, server IP address or host name, right? Yeah. So we have 1000 servers are there, right? We have development environment, development servers, we have 300 servers. We have to provide 300 IP addresses. Next to QA servers, we have QA servers 300. 300 IP addresses we have to provide. After that, we have production servers 400. 400 IP addresses we have to provide. First, we have to prepare inventory groups like this. Why we require 3 groups? We can create one group also, right? Why we need to go with the 3 groups? For example, QA servers required testing tools. I want to install testing tools on only QA environment. So by the time I can select only QA group, right? So if I want to install any production applications on production servers, I can select only production group. Like that, we can segregate. Whenever needed, we can deploy the applications on 2 respective servers, right? Yeah. So once we prepare these inventory groups, after that, we prepare a .yml script. It is very simple, user-friendly script, right? So which is nothing but playbooks, right? So when I talk about script, don't confuse anyone. Ansible will provide all the scripts. We can take from Ansible, we can customize, we can reuse in order to prepare our own, right? Very simple scripts. For example, so I want to deploy Java on this 1000 servers. So what is the JavaScript? What is the Java playbook, right? So JavaScript, not JavaScript. It is a YAML script, a simple script. Okay, yeah. So I'll show you some simple script to deploy the Java on development QA production servers. So this is the script. Playbook samples here. So this is only the script to deploy the Java on production servers. So this first 3 lines are syntax. 3 hyphens, host. Host means on which host we want to install Java. All host, or else you can give dev, only dev, or else you can give QA, right? Tasks, which task you are going to perform? Install Java 1.7. So this is the playbook. Just copy this. Paste. Yeah. So these 3 lines are syntax. This syntax is common for every playbook. I can remove this. Okay. So this is for our understanding only. Install Java 1.7. I can remove this. This is the actual playbook. To deploy the Java, this is only the playbook. m:\name equal to Java hyphen 1.7.0 hyphen OpenJDK space state equal to present to install the Java. If you want to uninstall the Java, in place of present, you can give absent to uninstall the Java, right? Fine. So once you prepare this playbook, after that you can connect all. When you click on connect all, right? So it will connect all. Then you can trigger the playbook. Once you trigger the playbook, Java will be installed on all the servers within 2 minutes, right? So once you prepare inventory groups, once you establish the authentication, later on this is one-time activity, first time activity. Later on you can automate the activities, right? So within 2 minutes you can deploy the Java on 1000 servers. Not only 1000, 10,000 servers also can deploy the Java within 2 minutes. So once you deploy the Java, you will get one report from Ansible. For example, 1000 servers we deployed Java. In 1000 servers, 995 servers deployed, 5 servers not deployed, right? So due to some network issues, due to some server issues, it was not deployed. So once you check that servers, all the servers are available, 5 servers, so you can trigger the playbook again on all servers. No need to segregate that 5 servers. So once you trigger again, whatever servers already deployed, those will not be disturbed anyway. Whatever servers not deployed, those will be deployed. That is nothing but, so normally, so there is an entry question here. There is an entry question. So entry will ask like, to deploy the Java, why should I go with Ansible? I can use shell scripts also. Yes, you can go with shell scripts also. But what is the difference? Difference here is idempotency. Idempotency. So this is the term. This is the difference. What is idempotency? So for example, if you want to deploy Java using shell scripts, okay, so you can deploy, but what is the difference here? So for example, 1000 servers are there. In 1000 servers, 500 servers already Java is available. By using shell scripts, you are deploying Java, right? by the time when you apply this script, like shell script, so whatever servers already deployed, those will be removed first. The Java will be removed from the servers. So again, it will redeploy. So already Java team is working on the servers. So if shell scripts are removed, the Java, some disturbance will be happening, right? Code will be gone. So Ansible is not like that. Ansible is very smart. Whatever servers already deployed, so Ansible will not redeploy again, will not remove the software, right? So whatever servers not deployed, those will be deployed. So Ansible is very secure one, very advanced one. It's very smart, right? So by single click, you can deploy a number of servers by using Ansible. So currently, so automation is very popular because of Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. So we can automate the activities, right? Yeah. So whenever we receive any tickets, so just click on that. Just select the inventory groups. Just click on trigger the playbook. Then Java will be installing within 2 minutes. Then we can close the tickets, right? So this is
What is
very,
the
very
difference
important tool.
between Ansible and Docker and Kubernetes?
Yeah,
Because
we'll see that.
all the three are automation things,
Yeah,
right?
I'll explain that. Explain that. Wait for a few minutes. Okay. We'll see that. Yeah. Fine. Anyone having any questions on Ansible? Up to here, any questions? In this, any questions?
Explain it
Anyone?
again, please.
Sorry.
Can you explain it again, please?
Where you got confusion? What is your question?
Where the interviewer asked why is
No, I could not understand your question. Can you come again?
why use only Ansible server?
Why use Ansible server only, right? So Ansible is the automation tool. Within 2 minutes, you can perform any automation activities, right? So currently we are using parallel development, advanced tools, and agile methodology. So in this, Ansible required to automate the activities, to perform
You
the
said
activities within minutes.
idempotency means
Idempotency, that I explained already, right? So idempotency means whatever activity already performed, that will not re-perform again by Ansible, right? So for example, 5,000 servers are there, 500 servers already deployed Java. Those will not be redeployed again. Okay. So Ansible give you report, this 500 servers already Java is available. But whereas shell scripts will remove the Java first. Again, it will redeploy. Due to that, some issues will be happen. So idempotency means it will not re-perform the activities, whatever activities already performed. Right?
and what is QA, sir?
What is QA? Quality assurance. That is one of the testing environment. Okay. Quality assurance means testing servers, testing environment. Right?
Yeah, one question, sir. So
Yeah.
instead of connect equal to all means it going to deploy in all the servers, right? So if you
Right.
want
Correct.
to deploy in only one server, is there any syntax for that?
Only one server.
Only
If you want to deploy,
one
yeah. Right.
instead of QA, only it has to go into QA, not dev or not prod.
You can
So
create one more group. You can create one more group. You can create like a test group or something other group. You can create. In that, you can add the server. You can trigger that group.
no, here you wrote the syntax called connect equal to all, right? Instead of connect equal to all, if I can write connect equal to QA, it goes to that group, or is there any
Yes.
syntax for that?
Yes. If you want to deploy on only QA, you can give QA. If you want to deploy on QA and dev, you can give QA and dev. If you want to deploy on all servers, you can give all.
Oh, okay. I mean, like when writing the syntax in the code, so end
Mhm.
like we need to give the ampersand symbol or those kind of stuff, or directly you can give connect colon QA and dev like that.
Yeah. So no need to give anything. It is very simple. Directly can connect QA or dev or product, whatever you want, right? It will apply onto respective groups.
Okay, that's great, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Good morning. I just have a generic question, not about just Ansible. So I'm from the QA background. Will this course be helpful for me on from a QA perspective? I just wanted to know.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Wait for a few minutes. Okay. We'll
Okay,
talk about
sir.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. So this is Ansible architecture. So while working on Ansible, we'll go deep dive, right? Ansible architecture having Ansible automation engine. So in this, we have inventories, models, plugins, APIs. As the DevOps here, what we will do, we prepare playbooks and we apply it to post missions through modules. Okay. So we'll go deep dive while working on Ansible. So Ansible will deploy applications code on respective target servers, production servers, QA servers, test servers, whatever servers we have, right? Yeah, this is the Ansible process. So Ansible is a configuration management tool. It is a automation tool. Right? So this is so Ansible we can integrate with Jenkins. So Jenkins will trigger the job to Ansible. Ansible deploy the code on production servers, right? Yeah. So these are the tools we are going to learn. In our course, 3 cloud platforms will be covered. Linux basics will be covered. Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Nexus Artifactory, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Apache Tomcat, Python scripting also will be covered, right? So along with these 3 live projects will be covered, which are like CI/CD with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat, CI/CD with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Kubernetes, CI/CD with GCP, Terraform or migration project. Okay. Yeah. So someone asked me like, what is a Docker? What is Terraform? What is Kubernetes? Right. So Docker is a container tool. Instead of using servers, we can use containers. We can deploy applications on containers. It is very advanced tool, right? Kubernetes is an orchestration tool. Orchestration tool means, so it is advanced to Docker. Kubernetes is advanced to Docker, right? Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool. We can automate the infrastructure using Terraform. So we'll go deep dive. So every tool will go deep dive, not only installation configurations. Git will take 5 days. Jenkins will take 6 to 7 days, right? So like that, every tool will go deep dive. So currently Kubernetes is very hot. We'll go deep dive Kubernetes. So in every tool, I give you FAQs, frequently asked questions, and the challenges, real-time projects, real-time scenarios, right? Every tool will go. And interview questions like, so I'm an interview panel in our project. I'm an interview panel. So whatever questions we ask, that I provide you, right? Yeah. So AWS,
Hello.
Azure, Google Cloud will be covered. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Yes.
Sir, will you cover NAG iOS?
Which one? iOS? Can you come
NAG
again?
iOS.
Nagi OS, right? Nagi
Yeah.
OS. That is
Yes, sir.
monitoring tool. So in place of Nagi
Yes, sir.
OS, we are going to cover 2 different tools, which are CloudWatch and CloudTribe. So Nagi OS is for Linux, right? So we are
Okay.
going to cover 2 different advanced tools, which are CloudWatch, CloudTribe,
Okay.
right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So AWS, Azure, GCP, Google Cloud, along with DevOps and projects. So Linux models, these are the Linux models we are going to cover. So DevOps required Linux commands, right? So Linux will take 3 to 4 hours. Basics will be covered, right? So commands, folder structure, and user management, editors, right? Filters. So these will be covered in Linux. Yeah, these are the tools we are going to cover in DevOps. So Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Nexus, Tomcat, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. So these 4 tools are very advanced tools, very core tools. We are going, excuse me. Yeah, so we are going to learn this many tools, but in real-time projects, we don't use all the tools. Don't confuse. So many tools are there. How can we manage? Don't confuse like that. So every project team, they use one or two tools only. If you learn this many tools, you can fit for any project. You can crack in any project. You can crack your interview easily. So if you are good in only Kubernetes, you can crack your interview. So even though packages, salary package also very high currently, whatever you ask, project teams are ready to give. So one of my ex-colleagues,
just a question.
Good. Yeah.
So you just said if we are good at one tool, we should be able to crack the interview even though they ask about another tool.
Correct.
Is what you said? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
Depends
they are
upon
similar,
project.
but two different apps, but they are similar.
Not similar. These are different tools. As per the requirement, project teams, they use the tools, right? Okay. So one of my friend is working with Wipro. They are using Kubernetes only. Okay. One of my friend is working with USG, United Health Group. They are using Ansible only. Okay. In our project, we are using Git and Jenkins Kubernetes. I'm handling different projects. One project, one tool, or two tools maximum.
Okay. Can the guy who is working in Wipro with Kubernetes, can he understand Ansible and Docker?
Ansible we already discussed, right?
No, we discussed, but I'm just asking you. In interview, I'll say I'm good at Kubernetes, but in their project, they'll say, "Oh, sorry, we are using Terraform, sir. How can we use you?"
That is why we are going to learn this many tools. That is why we are going to learn this many tools. You can fit for any project, right? If you learn only Kubernetes, you need to apply only Kubernetes project. That's why you are learning this many tools.
So you're saying they're separate, they're not similar.
Yeah, different. Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Fine. Yeah. So these tools we are going very deep dive, right? So every tool will go deep dive. So all the infrastructure we create in cloud only. We create one cloud platform, cloud account. In that only we practice. We required only one laptop, internet connectivity. That's it. We don't need to install any packages in our laptop, local laptop, right? So we connect the cloud, we work on cloud. We install, configure all the tools in cloud. So these tools are freeware. No need to take any licensing. No need to pay anything, right? Yeah. Someone asked me one question.
One question, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. How many days it will take to complete all these tools? Like, what is the length of the course?
Right. So this session like 8 to 9:30 a.m. 1.5 hour daily. So it will take 2 months, 60 to 65 hours it will take, Monday to Friday only, right? 60 to 65 hours it will take. So entire course, fine. So from day one, everyone should practice. If you want to crack interview within 2 months, you have to practice daily basis, right? Yeah. So classroom guys, you can take your laptop here. You can bring your laptop here. You can sit here. You can practice, right? Online guys. So once complete our session, we provide recording session, right? You can go through the recording and you have to practice. So every batch will have one WhatsApp group. While practicing, if you face any issues, you can post in the group. Take the screenshot, post in the group. So I'll show you WhatsApp groups. Every batch will have WhatsApp group. See here, 60th batch, 7 a.m. batch, right? 7 to 8 a.m. So 61 batch, 59 batch. So while practicing, if any issues happen, they take the screenshot like this, they post in the group, right? So I give solution here. Right? So documents also will be shared in the group only. So we'll share in email also, group also, right?
Sir, are you bored? Sorry. Are you providing theory notes also?
Yeah, I'll provide you soft copy also. Theory part also I'll provide you. Okay. So every batch will have minimum 30 members, 30 to 50 members minimum. So here we have 37 participants in 7 a.m. batch. Like this, every batch will have minimum 30, maximum 50, 55 something, right? Yeah. So everyone can post the questions in group. If required, you can post to direct to me also. I give my number also, right? You can directly contact me. You can post to me also directly, right? Yeah. Next one, support. What kind of support we provide? So daily recordings will be provided, right? Once complete the session, we provide you recording link in the group. WhatsApp group already created. Already some people added. Once you register, you will be added into WhatsApp group, right? Yeah. So daily recordings, FAQs, frequently asked questions, supporting documents, soft copies, one-to-one support. If anything required, anything you want to discuss, anything, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me directly, right? And sample projects also will be provided. Resume support. I prepare your resume. Once complete the course, I provide you sample resumes. I prepare your resume, right? So technical support. If you have any questions, you can post in the group, or else you can directly call me. I'll give you support, right? So until you get job, we give you support, right? Even the once you get into the project, if you have any technical questions, you can ask me. So I cannot provide job support because I have multiple batches, and now also I'm working on some company. If you require any job support, I can arrange someone to take care of it. My students are available in Wipro, TCS, different companies. I give you some references. They will take care. Okay. If you have any technical issues, you can call me WhatsApp. Right? Yeah. So within 2 months, you can easily crack your interview. That support we provided. If you are unable to crack your interview, we provide other support also. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Highlights of this program. So here real-time projects end-to-end, right? And also interview sessions topic-wise. So resume and interview preparation. So this is 2 months course. This is 1.5 hour, not 1 hour daily. So 7 a.m. batch, 7 to 8 a.m. That is 3 months. So this is 2 months. Same structure, same content. Okay. So 100% job assistance, not job assurance, job assistance. Until you get job, we give you assistance, right? And what is server? What is configure server? How can we configure servers? Clusters. How can we configure clusters? Day-to-day operations, deep dive about hubs, switches. So this basics will be covered. So we don't directly go to cloud. We don't directly go to DevOps. Before that, we work on basics. What is server? What is switch? What is network? What is IP address? What is subnet mask? Everything will be covered. Slowly we'll enter into cloud, right? Yeah. So email communication. So freshers, non-IT guys, how to communicate emails, right? So roles and responsibilities in real-time projects. What is our role, responsibility? Stand-up calls, meetings, team meetings. How can we speak in team meetings? And also internal team meetings, releases and purpose, KT sessions, working on daily tasks, tickets. These will be covered. I'll show you all the consoles, right? Yeah. Any questions, anyone? Yeah, everyone, can you share your phone number and email address here, WhatsApp number and email address in the group? Because we provide you this recording and documents, right? So can you provide in the chat, everyone? My mobile number is 96422111711. This is my phone number. Everyone take down this. So trainers, they never share their personal numbers. This is my personal number, right? So because anytime anyone can WhatsApp me, call me. This batch number is 62. Batch number 62. Can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat, everyone? So that we'll provide you a recording session and also documents, supporting documents, course content if required.
So meanwhile, can you please help us through how will it be helpful for a testing guy?
Right. Yeah, got it. Yes, you asked the question, right? Yeah. So currently, so people whoever working as a developer, tester, QA engineer, right? So and mainframes engineers, they are switching their current role to DevOps role because So currently, mainframes, there is no scope, right? So even testing engineers, developers also require automation. That is why they are switching to DevOps tool. So anyone can switch to DevOps, right? Freshers can switch to DevOps, non-IT guys can switch to DevOps, even experienced guys also, they can switch to DevOps. So one of the person, his name, Kiran, is having 18 years experience. Recently, he switched to DevOps. In last batch he joined, he switched to DevOps. So recently cracked the interview in HCL. He got very good package, 38 lakh package, right? So one of my colleague, he switched to other company, HSBC. So he switched to Kubernetes project. He got 42 lakhs package, right? So currently packages, whatever you ask, they are ready to give. But you have to get more knowledge, right? So in real-time projects, so basically few people are asking, like most of the people asking, like whenever I switch to DevOps, that is new environment, how can I cope up? It is very easier. So I'll guide you day-to-day activities, real-time activities, challenges, right? So don't need to worry about. Fine.
So just
So
asking the
once,
question again.
Yeah.
So do you collect the questions from the guys who crack the interviews?
Sorry, can you come again?
Do you collect interview questions from the guys who crack the interviews?
Interview questions, right? Yes.
You
Yes,
do.
I collected 300 questions in important questions. I'll share with you.
Okay. Okay.
300
Thank
questions
you.
are there. All the questions I'll share with you. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
sir. So in this case, like we don't have any coding over here, right? Because I'm not exposed to coding from as a tester, so I've been never exposed to coding. So just wanted to know, do we have any part of this tools? Do we have any coding there?
Right. So DevOps here will not do any coding part. So DevOps here not required any coding here. Zero coding. So small scripts will be there. That scripts also available in Ansible only. That we can take and we can customize as per the requirement and we can reuse. Right? So very simple scripts we have to perform the automation activities. I'll guide you that. So even though once you get into the project, we'll be having SOPs, standard operating procedures. Every project will maintain some SOPs. In that you will get all the information, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Any question? Any other questions, anyone?
Sir, I have a question.
This is Srinivasulu.
Yeah, good.
Go ahead.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Guys who are with non-technical background, can they complete this course or not?
Right. Got it. What your question? Can you mute for 2 minutes? I'll explain here. Background noise is coming here. Yeah. So you have a non-IT background. So if you switch to DevOps, can you pop up or not? Your question, right? Yes. So non-IT guys, in my batches, people are having, like people are non-IT guys also available in my previous batches. So one person, his name in my 60th batch, morning 7, not 60th batch, 59 batch. 59 batch recently completed. In that batch, one person name, his name Suresh something. So he's having, he's a non-IT person, civil background, civil engineer, right? So recently he learned DevOps, recently cracked the interview in one of the MNC company, right? So he's settled in the project, he's working on activities, he's working on Jenkins, he's working on Git, right? So our course will start from scratch. From day one, you need to practice. Then within 2 months, you can easily crack it, right? Yeah. So we have so many testimonies. If you go and check in the arshatrains.com, Google reviews, you can check so many testimonies, right? So recently, few people got the cracked entries last week only. One person, his name Keshav or someone from Bangalore. He's having 6 years experience. He got offering British telecom company. So 28 lakh package, 6 years experience. Freshers also getting 5.5 lakh, 5 lakhs package, right? So if you have DevOps knowledge, and also Yeah, one more girl recently, Aishwarya, her name, recently cracked the interview. She's having 3 years experience. She got 15 lakh package. My younger brother recently cracked the interview in TCS. He got 18 lakhs package. He's having 4 years experience, right? So like that, people are, yeah. So from day one, you need to practice. So whatever we discuss in the session, so that you have to practice. So if you follow that, within 2 months, you can crack your interview. If you are unable to crack the interview, definitely we'll provide other support.
Sir,
Right?
Do we
here where
get all the trial versions, or do we get all the of the tools that we use? We get the installation links and everything, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So no need to pay anything for licensing. These are all freeware.
Oh, okay. So anyone who is attending from remote can also can also even log in and install those tools, right? Version.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I provide you all the links. Don't need to worry.
sir, here where I live, they at least require like 2 to 3 years of experience. Do you think if we sit in the interview after learning this course, can I crack the interview?
Easily crack your interview. Currently, market is
Okay.
very good, right? The DevOps market is very good. So
Okay.
it is very easier. So normally when we conduct any interviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we check? Basic level, orbit level. Currently,
Mm-hmm.
so for example, 10 people attended interview. In the 10 people, so we can see 9 people are fake people. We know that, but still we are considering the offers because there is no real-time guys outside, right?
Mm.
So you need to showcase confident level, basic level. Definitely can crack your interview,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Thanks.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
So I am from the business analytics background. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So
Yes.
so can we survive in this too? Because I didn't work in this development side, either in the operations side too. So I'm completely different department. So business analytics and data analytics side.
Fine. 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 Yeah. So definitely daily you need to practice. Once you follow whatever we get, within 2 months you can easily crack your interview. I'm
Okay,
sure.
for this, yeah, for this software, so do we get any online, I mean, connectivity, or should we need to download in our laptops?
Can you come again? Jenny?
So these tools which you provide to us, so we can directly connect through online, or we need to download in our own PC.
No, 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 no. No need to install these tools in your laptop. You can connect to cloud. In cloud only, we can integrate all the tools. How to integrate, how to connect,
That's why
how
I'm
to
a
create
bit
a database
confused
account.
because as we are using the Windows and we have to learn Linux too. So that's why I asked this question.
Don't need to worry about Linux. Okay, so we'll guide you. So basic Linux sessions also will be covered, right? So
Sure,
commands,
sure.
how to create a user, how to connect as a user. So that will be covered in our sessions, right? Yeah. So
Sure.
Linux, very few commands, nearly 40 commands required. Those are enough for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. How to connect cloud, how to integrate all the tools, how to create AWS account, everything will be covered basically. Slowly we'll enter into cloud. Yeah. Big question.
Sure, sure. So will this experience will helpful for the DevOps
Yeah.
business
Yes.
analytic background?
Yes. Yes. I'll guide you. We'll discuss that.
Okay,
I'll get you.
sure, sure,
Okay.
sure. So because one of
Sir,
my friends he's also working, so he's also in the meet, so he's also
Mhm.
having the same experience, but he's into the networking background. So he want to switch.
Right.
He also want to switch. Okay.
Right. No problem. No problem. So I'll guide
Then
you.
we both will connect you after this meeting.
Right. Right. No
Talking
issues. We'll
about
discuss.
Talking about Linux, so in the responsibilities, like the job responsibilities and all of that, I have been seeing that they require a lot of other languages also. Like, is it necessary to learn such codings? Only then will we be able to be become a DevOps engineer or something?
No, not required. No coding is required here. No testing knowledge, right? No
On
languages.
the lines of like I have seen in the requirements, they're asking for Ruby and Python. So why we use those languages?
Right. So here, as a DevOps engineer, we no need to understand about languages, right? We no need to understand about any programming. So as a DevOps engineer, whatever a developer develop the code, that we can deploy onto production by using Jenkins. So that also we can perform through jobs only. We don't deploy manually.
Okay.
In the
Right?
requirements, they're asking for Python, right? So what we exactly do with the Python?
Python scripting we use. Simple scripts. Python, not Python development. Python scripts, small scripts. If you want to get any reports, if you want to get any users, if you want to check anything, by using Python small scripts, you can perform that activities.
So will you be covering these small scripts in this course?
Yes. Those will be covered. Yes.
Okay,
And then
so
what is the point of Ruby? So like they're asking Ruby on Rails or something like that, right? So what
Ruby
exactly the
script. Yeah, Ruby is a chef. In Chef we use Ruby script. In Chef we use Ruby script. But
chefs are
here
written in cookbooks, right? The check like in Ansible we call playbooks, like in the chef they are called recipes, right? Those scripts are
right.
called.
Yeah, no. If you are understanding, if you are good in the Ansible, you can easily handle Chef also. Currently, Chef is not using in most of the projects are using Ansible only. Only 10% of the project teams are using Chef, right? So, for example, when you attend interview, they have Chef, okay, but you are good in Ansible. They will take and they will KT. They will give KT about Chef. We have multiple tools are there. We cannot learn all the tools, right? In my project, I worked on Ansible that you can explain. They will give KT and they will take. In our project, we are taking like that. For example, we are going to cover 3 platforms, cloud platforms. You are good in AWS, but in my project, we have Azure. So all the platforms are same. Functional device, all the platforms are same. So if you are good in driving, you can drive any car, right? So the same way, Ansible, Chef, Puppet, these are all same. If you are good in Ansible, you can handle any automation. Got it right?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Your
Sir,
question,
most of
please.
the
Just a minute, please. Just a minute, please. Last one guy asking one question. Yeah, go.
Regarding this session, which tool we are going to deal with the
Right. So all the tools are important, but main we can focus on Jenkins, Kubernetes, Docker. These are very advanced.
basics are
Advanced level. Yeah. So if you are good in only one tool, either Jenkins or Git or Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible, Docker. So these 5 tools are very core tools. If you are good in one tool, you can easily crack your.
So you see that 3 clouds. Those are version level or
yeah. So in AWS we are going to cover 18 services. Those are core services, right? If you are good in those services, you can easily crack your interview, and also you can easily handle your cloud platform. In Azure and GCP, infrastructure services will be covered. Okay. So if you learn complete AWS also, don't have jobs. Don't need to go with complete AWS. Only cloud, there is no jobs. Along with the cloud, you require DevOps tools. Right? Yeah.
Linux also we going to deal.
Linux, whatever DevOps we are required, whatever the things require DevOps, whatever content required for DevOps, that will be covered. We are not Linux admins. We are DevOps engineers, right? So if anyone asks me about Linux, you can say like, I'm not a Linux admin, right? So Linux completely not required. Yeah, go ahead, please. Someone asking some question.
Yeah, it's me. I was gonna ask some questions. Most of the candidates here are worried about the coding and scripts, right? And you said you will provide the scripts, like standard scripts. But my question is, if I get a job in a company, does the scripts change as per the company's project?
Right? You can customize that. So for example, Ansible is having Ansible Galaxy Ansible modules. So in Ansible modules, nearly 10,000 modules are there. Modules means sample scripts, reusable scripts. That you can take and you can customize and you can reuse. Even though Python also 1 lakh modules are there, Python. Boto 3, one of the popular module for AWS. That you can check and you can customize, you can reuse.
So you say
Okay.
we can customize. Looks like you can customize it, but do you think with this course, are we able to customize it after 2 months?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you some sample scripts,
We'll
how
show
to
you some
customize,
samples, how to
yeah,
customize.
how to
Okay.
work on that. We'll see that.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And one more thing, everyone, can you save this number, institute number? So this is the institute number. Everyone, can you save this number and send one message like, I attended first demo, so that our people will forward the recording session. Can you save this number, first number, institute number, 8121092753, and send one SMS like, I attended first demo.
So I have a
This is my
question.
personal number.
I have one doubt.
Yeah, go ahead,
Do you,
please. Yes.
yes. Do you give assistance to the international market? I mean, in terms of job opportunities and like that.
Yeah. So my students are available in. My students are in US. Some students Australia, Europe, UK. Right? We'll give support, not an issue.
Sir, I'm a mechanical engineer. Can you able to learn AWS?
Yes, easily can switch to AWS and DevOps.
Okay, okay. Now this course is AWS with DevOps or DevOps with AWS?
AWS, Azure, GCP with DevOps. 3 platforms will be covered. So why we are going to learn 3 platforms here? Every project team, they are using at least 2 platforms. Because 2 different brands, 2 different costing, right? Yeah. So
As we
everyone
are
send one text message to this number, institute number. Okay.
as
So I
we are
joined
mechanical
demo session
students,
today.
With
Okay.
this
sir,
Azure, GCP, and AWS, are we good to do the certifications as well?
Yeah, you can easily.
I mean,
Yeah, you can
for
easily.
GCP as well.
Not mandatory. Certification is not mandatory. Certification is not
Okay,
mandatory.
but in our companies, they are asking us to do the certifications in Azure and GCP.
You can write easily the certification, how to clear the certification, I'll guide you. So if you require any support, we'll provide you support, certification support.
Okay, sure.
sir, as we are mechanical background, we are unaware of the terminologies. Like some, for example, say an SLA server, SLA, Ansible server. What is exactly? What are the exactly the terminology? We want you to explain the terminologies, each and every terminologies, if you can.
Definitely. So in our sessions, everything will be explained. So from day one, you need to follow that so that you can easily cope up whenever you attend in interviews, whenever you
Today,
speak up.
like today, Git, Jenkins, Havels, whatever it. We need to know the what does it do, like what is the functionality of the Git, what is the functionality of the Jenkins, like that way I'm trying to say you. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Definitely will be covered. So one day you cannot learn all the things. Slowly.
Yeah,
Don't worry
because
about it.
because today I couldn't able to understand properly. I'm trying to
You can go through the
concentrate
recording
very
one more
hard,
time.
but
You can go through the recording one more time.
yeah.
Fine. You will understand. Okay.
All right.
And how much experience we require for this DevOps engineering roles?
Yeah. So if you are an experienced person, you can showcase once complete the course. Minimum you can showcase 2 to 3 years experience. That level of training will be provided.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
If you are a fresher,
Yeah, okay.
you need to worry about it. You can apply as a fresher.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Fine. Yeah. So tomorrow also same link will work, right? So people already registered, added into WhatsApp group, right?
And
So if you are
is there any session for Saturday and Sunday?
weekend sessions, currently there is no weekend sessions. So it may take some time to start that. Okay. So 8 to 9:30 is the timing. So this is fixed. Okay. So if you are interested, you can make the fee. So you get some account details today. Okay. So tomorrow also same link will work, right? Fine. So tomorrow you can join at 8 o'clock sharp, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about cloud introduction. What is cloud? Why the project teams are looking for cloud? Why the applications are migrating to cloud? So what are the importance, right? So we'll try to understand tomorrow. What is cost saving? What is cost cutting? So why the companies are, moving their infrastructure to cloud? So everything will be covered tomorrow, right? So you can use the same link. So if you are interested, you can make the fee. So our people will send you details. So this course fee is 20,000. Okay. So
Should I
20,000.
contact you or institute to join the course?
Yeah, you can WhatsApp me or else you can call Institute number. Right.
Okay, institute,
Any,
and they will join us in the WhatsApp group, right?
yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have a last question
Have
for you.
installments.
I had a last question as well.
Yeah, go ahead,
So,
please.
as part of this course, right? So, are you going to have how many real-time projects you are going to present for us as part of this course?
Yeah. These are the three live projects. Along with this project, tool-wise, small projects will be explained in the session. So nearly 15 projects will be covered in this. So these are the live projects, 3 projects.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
I have a question for you. Basically, I'm doing these remote classes from Bangladesh. So how
Sorry?
far
Can you
can
speak
I
a bit
be?
louder?
I'm doing this class from Bangladesh, just the neighboring country of India. So how far can I get? Can I be benefited from doing this DevOps? And moreover, I'm a business graduate, so how do I?
Your voice is not audible. Your voice is not audible. Can you speak a bit louder?
I am doing this course from Bangladesh.
Right.
Can
Got
you
it.
hear me right now?
Okay. Yes.
And how far can you can I be benefited from doing this course and in the job market? And moreover, I'm a business graduate, so is it feasible for me?
Yes. So I give you support, right? Until you get job, I give you support. Even though once you get into the project, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You can WhatsApp me, you can call me, right? So I prepare your resume. I give you entry questions, soft copies, day-to-day activities, right? From day one, you need to practice so that you can easily cope up, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any last question? Anyone? Fine. So if you have any more questions, you can WhatsApp me. You can call me. So we can, we can discuss, right? Tomorrow, same timing, by 8 o'clock, session will be started. So online guys, you can use the same meeting link, right? So if you are interested, you will get account details today. You can make the fee. You will be added into WhatsApp group. In WhatsApp group,
Sir,
we'll share more information. Yeah, go ahead,
hello.
please. Go ahead,
Sir,
please.
how
Yes.
many pieces of this completed course?
How many days? 2
Yes.
months. 2 months.
Fees,
Daily
sir,
1.5
fees.
hour.
Sir, fees
Fee.
structure.
Fee structure, right? It is a 20,000 fee, right? 20K.
In installment or one time pay?
Yeah, actually, it is a single time only. So we'll see that, okay? But we don't give, our people will not give, because in last batches we gave, we got some issues. That is why. So we'll see that, okay?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
Sir,
one
I
more
have
doubt is, yeah, within how many days we have to pay the fees if we are interested means?
Yeah, within 2-3 days maximum.
Okay.
Within 2-3 days, you can make the fee. Then only you will be added to WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I have a question that is, do you guys have any software testing courses other than DevOps?
Testing tools. So you can call our institute number. So Selenium testing maybe so having, right? So even testers also they are moving to DevOps because automation, right? So you can call institute number. I shown you institute number, right? You can call that number. You can ask any testing tools are there. So our people will guide you. Okay.
What do you recommend? Is QA a better? Do they have better job opportunities or the DevOps engineers in the upcoming?
Mhm. Yeah, you can ping me. You can ping me. I guide you. Okay. You can WhatsApp me. We'll speak offline. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Fine.
Where do I
Yeah.
get your WhatsApp number?
I gave you number, right? I ping in the group, right? So my mobile number is 96422111711. Everyone can save this number. This is my personal number, right? So if you have any more questions, you can WhatsApp me, call me. We'll discuss. Fine. Yeah. So we stop here. So tomorrow we'll connect at 8 a.m. and we discuss about cloud introduction tomorrow. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.